Hi, everyone. Welcome to Glitch and Glow, the podcast where digital dreams meet soulful self-care. I'm Ariel.
And I'm Edna.
And we're social workers by trade, and we're your hosts on this journey through the worlds of tech, wellness, gaming, and Black womanhood.
Each week, we dive into real conversations, level up our self-care, decode the latest tech, and celebrate the wins, big and small, in our communities.
So whether you're here for the healing, the hacks, or the high scores, you're in the right place. So grab your tea, your controller, or your headphones. Let's step in.
Hey, so of course, we're going to start off with boot sequence. And I feel like we got a lot to say today. I'm not going to lie, or at least I do. And this is where we boot up. This is where we sink in. We say what's on our minds today. And as per usual, let's start off with our glitches. Ariel, what has been a thorn in your side lately?
So the thorn in my side really has just been some of the wackadoo weather that Chicago's been getting. Like, we have been getting some serious rain. And it seems as though every time I try to pop outside, I get rained on. So that has been a time, and it is really triggering some sensory stuff with me. Because I've been in my little Croc sandals all day, every day, because it's really helpful for my feet. But because of the rain, like, all the streets and the sidewalks are like flooding. And so I'm having to wade in the water
that's gross.
with my sandals on. And it
not in
just
the city.
Exactly.
Not in the city. What?
So I've been doing my best, and like, what needs to happen is I just need to look at the radar, and then maybe I can avoid some of these issues. But like, I had like cork bed sandals on, and when them suckers get wet, it is like,
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, yeah. And like, fun fact, I love shoes, but I hate wearing them because I have like weird sensory stuff with my feet. I don't like to have stuff on my feet, and having a wet shoe, I don't know. I don't think so.
No,
Fun
we
fact.
don't touch feet.
Yeah. You don't touch feet.
I
You
didn't know that.
But yeah, I like hate things around my feet. I don't want my feet to like touch anything. So dealing with a wet shoe on my feet
Mm-mm.
gives me the heebie-jeebies. So anywho, that's my glitch. Yikes.
No, but this resonates with me because I feel like that about being in wet clothes or just like wet stuff. I don't know what else, but like I don't enjoy
like
it at
it.
all. I think I have literally shivered as you've done, or at least I don't know, whatever this is, the little shake, little shimmy. It does something to me. I really don't enjoy it at all.
It's not a good time.
Were
And
you
like, as soon as I
squishing?
get in the house, I have to, girl,
The
yes.
squid.
And it's like, it's so bad. It's so bad for me. And I immediately, as soon as I get home, I'm immediately like, I must shower. I must like get this off. So
oof. You know what?
anywho,
It's not this bad, but it does make me think of New Orleans when people are like, you better come in your jankiest. You don't care how gross they get. You might as well throw them away afterwards, sneakers. Like,
correct.
it's not like that in Chicago, but like,
But when you
the
wade through
wet
that
shoe-
water, because none
Yeah.
of the drains work. None of the drains work.
Crazy.
So here you are going over the river and through the woods trying to like evade puddles, and like, you can't, because the whole street's flooded. And so here we are. Anyways, so it's been rain. The only like silver lining is that my hair is in braids, so I don't care about my hair with the rain right now.
For sure.
My
It's a big
feet are
plus.
having a hard time. Yeah.
Fair.
I knew though. That's my glitch.
That's
What's
a real
yours?
glitch.
Right?
I feel like I could really talk about that too long, but I will save the podcast listeners from continuing to talk about like rain boots and weather. But if it was just me and you, we would continue. I'd be like,
Okay.
wow. So your solution, like, we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it going. What? My glitch. Okay, y'all. We have not posted in a minute. Didn't even say that we weren't gonna post in a minute. So
We
this
didn't
is
know
my
we weren't gonna
glitch.
post in a minute.
We kept trying,
We
and
did.
it mostly was me being like, I thought I had it, like, "Oh, yeah, I can meet consistently and blah, blah, blah," and, like, now I think I've got it a little more under
Mhm.
control. But that new
Mhm.
mom, like, trying to figure it out, it took a little time, y'all. So hopefully you can
That's
give us some
real.
grace, we will now be more consistent, we will be back on track, but my glitch is that we kinda went MIA for a little bit, but we are
Yeah.
humans, and this is, like, our side fun gig, so
Right.
it happens, and we will try our best to at least update in the future, even if it's just like a short, like, "Hey, BRB, getting it together."
We should
Um,
do that.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
whoops.
for sure. This time I could be like, "Oh, no, we're gonna meet now, we're gonna meet now." "Oh, no, everybody's sick. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we
we
sure
haven't
did go
slept."
ghost. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's the way to say it.
yeah.
We did.
We'll be better.
So
We'll be better.
apologies. This is the glitch. This is the
Yeah.
glitch for us. I also have another glitch that I wanted to go into very, very hard, and I won't, but it's just like, consoles. Um, how dare the PlayStation?
Sony?
Um,
Sony. Excuse me?
yeah. I mean, we don't have to, but it just,
We don't, but
Oh, even the Steam machine? Oh, how dare you? $1,000? Get out of here. Get out of my face. I was so excited for you. I was rooting for you. So I just consoles. Woo!
mhm. Mhm.
That's it. I'm just gonna leave it there. If anybody wants to comment on that,
Yeah.
if we get a
We
little
would
bit more
actually
time,
love
we
to
could run it
hear.
back.
We would love to hear your feedback on that. We wanna know what y'all think about it because we have some strong opinions, but
Yeah, and I'm
we
sure,
wanna know.
in a future episode, we can really get into it, but
Mhm.
I already spent a
Mhm.
lot of time talking about one glitch, so we can move on, but I feel really strongly about
Mhm.
these consoles out here doing us dirty. How about your glow? What's your glow?
Okay, so I have, I think 2 glows. One is that, I have been outside, y'all. It's summertime shy, and I'm having a blast, okay? I am outside. I'm so tired because of it, but it's, like, the best kinda tired because I have been out here living, okay? So, I really love that for me. That's been super, super fun. I've been, like,
Mhm.
hanging out with my people,
Mm.
watching the World Cup. I mean, I have just
Mm.
really been outside having a time.
Mhm.
So that's my first one, and Imma continue to be outside because I must. My second glow, and I'm not done with it yet, but I did finally start South of Midnight, and what
Oh,
a
yeah.
time. What
This is
a
consoles.
time. I know, the consoles, I
Consoles.
know. I can only get it on digital because of, the physical just is not available on Sony, whatever, but I've been having a time. I'm like, probably 75% of the way done, with it, and it's just been super, super fun, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is a gorgeous game. I totally understand why it won all the awards. Like, it is just yes. So,
I don't wanna turn your glow into a glitch, but, like, I have to say something. As of this recording, word on the street is that, oh, what are you gonna say?
that, well, no, you go because then I might have
That the
updated
studio that
info.
created South of Midnight will
Mhm.
be closing, so there's, like, a whole thing happening.
Dated information. I saw
Oh,
on
go ahead.
Reddit that they're actually just they're not closing, they're just becoming independent again.
Oh, okay. Because there's a whole thing about that, that I won't get
Mhm.
into, that I just learned, around, like, the Steam Next Fest time and, like, some things I was reading up on and listening to about indies then being, like, joining up with bigger studios, and now I'm hearing from you that maybe now they're, like, moving and
Yeah.
migrating away because the bigger studios are not able to sustain the smaller ones maybe like they thought
Mm.
that they could, just because the gaming
Mhm.
industry is so wild, which we have an entire podcast episode about, but that's, like, season 1. So there's that. That's actually look at that. That turned into, like, a little glow.
Mhm. I
I
think
love
it'll be
that.
okay. I think they're gonna yeah, they're just turning independent again, so,
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
Reddit. Hopefully you are correct. I love it.
Yeah, I hope y'all didn't lie to me.
Yeah. More to come. We talked about that game extensively as well, I feel like. Is it
Mhm.
living up? Like, give us you're playing it. Is
Yeah,
it
no,
living up to the hype?
it's totally living up to the hype, at least
Okay.
for me, and I just the story is just it's so good, and I know we talked about how, like, you know, the writers, how they got, like, influences from different, like, movies and whatever, and I can totally, like, feel that when I, play the game.
Mm,
Like, it's a great time. Our main girl, Hazel, she's really out here. She's out here getting jumped by these haints every other like, it is you are really out here doing your best, you know what I
mm,
mean? It is
mhm.
super, super, super fun. And, like, yeah, just it is really a gorgeous game. Like, really, really beautiful game. I'm about 75% through, I think. Yeah, and I've been outside. If I'd have been inside, I would have been done with that sucker by now, but,
Also, we need to pause and rewind because what I don't think people know is that you have a PlayStation because you had nothing. And then all of a
Mhm,
sudden,
mhm.
y'all, let me tell you, when she texted me, I
And I
had a
just texted
like
her a picture
physical.
or no, a video of it, right? I
I was
texted you,
like
like, a video of it.
powering up with my baby in my arms, like
And I didn't even say anything. I just sent the video and said, "Look what."
trying not to shout at my husband. I'm like, "Ah, she did it." I was like, I have someone to play games with. I like finally compiled a list for her and was like, I'm not trying to give you every game ever, but like, here's every game I've ever wanted you to play. So extra. Tell
Yeah.
us about this decision. This is way side questing, but like, F it, we're here.
It's a side quest. We've had some major life changes over here, and so before it was we just had, like, a PS4 and the Switch. And I didn't have those, and I was like, "I don't have a game console, and I need one." And, like, PlayStation's really, like that's what I'm comfortable with, that's what I'm familiar with, and so I was like, "Alright, well, we just gotta go ahead and do it and buy the PS5," and so I
Mhm.
did.
Mhm.
And the first game I bought off of that sucker was, South of Midnight because I knew it was coming out, and I
Mm,
just couldn't remember, like, when, and when I
mhm.
looked at the PlayStation Store and saw that it was there, I was like, immediate purchase."
Nice.
And at the time too, they were having, like, a big sale, I forgot, like, the name of it, but they're having, like, a big, like, week-long, 2-week sale or whatever.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I got a bunch of games, at
Nice.
that time. I kinda did calm down because we spent a lot of money, but,
I just did the same thing for my Switch. I was like, "Oh, acting like I don't have a backlog of games. Well, that one's on sale. Well, that one's on sale. That Wish list one was on sale. Bloop, 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 bloop." And by the time you spend like $10 over and over
exactly.
again, you're like, "Oh, okay. I really
Mhm.
have to play a game. Like, we
Racked it
really
up.
have to play."
Racked it
Yeah,
up, but
man. But I'm so happy for you. Like, genuinely. I
Thanks.
think you're gonna have such a great even with all the shit that Sony's got going on, like, you're gonna have a good time,
Mhm.
though.
Mhm. And it's so funny because I forgot, like, how I mean, I'm a pretty dramatic individual in general, but, like, playing a game and feeling stress, like, I be yelling. I be yelling, I be, like, stomping my foot every time I die. I'm like, "Oh my god, girl, pull it together." Like, talking to Hazel, like, "Can we"
Not you blaming
girl.
her.
I
You
do
press
every
the
time.
button.
I'm like, "Girl, what are you doing? Go over to the sink and get healed. What are you doing right now?"
I'm saying it like I don't do the same thing, though. I'm like, "Yeah, for sure, this is your fault. I pressed X. Why didn't you jump?"
I pressed it. So
For
what is
sure.
happening? But anyhow, I like when I in a very stressful part, I realize I hold the controller so tight when I'm stressed. Like so tight. And I'll finally like get through the hard part and I'm like, why are my fingers hurting? Like what am I doing?
No, that's real.
And then I have
That's
to tell
real.
myself, like, girl, you don't have to hold it that tight. Like, it's okay. But it's not because I'm stressed.
I'm so tickled. I love this.
Oh,
I
and I'm
really love
sure my
this.
neighbors can hear me because, like, if it's not too hot, I just like have my windows open. But I'm like on the first floor and like
Mhm.
I'm loud. So they can hear me. I'm sure they can hear me cussing Hazel out every other
Mhm.
day. Like, girl, what is your problem? It's ridiculous. It's a good
This
time.
tickled
It's
me.
fun.
Oh, how fun. I can't wait to, like, play stuff together. I'm like, "Oh, wait." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, let me get back into my PlayStation. Let me get off the Switch for a little bit."
Mhm.
So I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to all the gaming we could do
Yeah.
together.
That's
If y'all
gonna
have
be
any
super
suggestions for
fun.
REL, give us those
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
because my list wasn't long enough apparently. I'm sure it was.
It
Whoops.
was a good list though. It was a good list. I put them in my
Hopefully.
wish list. So, next time I get paid, I can, we'll go
A
down.
cozy time. Mine are all
You
like
know?
you might shed a
Mhm.
tear, um, of happiness. Yeah, emotion. Um,
Anywho, so that's my glow. My 2 glows is that I'm outside and I'm playing games again, and it's a great time for me. So,
what a great combo.
yeah,
Living life. I
yeah.
love this for you. I'm living through you because 'cause I'm like, "Don't leave, it's so hot."
Yeah. I mean,
I'm so angry.
we hit 100, whatever day that was, 3 times last week, sometime this week, and I was like, "I cannot breathe out here."
Oof.
Like, as soon as I
It
stepped
hasn't even
outside,
done that here.
I was like, "I cannot breathe." Like, it was
Mm,
really
mm.
I'm not gonna get super into it, but just know that we've hit those temps
Mm,
and yep,
mm, mm.
we're doing our best.
There's no escaping. Global warming's real. I'm like, "What? Already? Triple digits? Crazy.
Anywho,
That's
what's your
crazy."
glow?
Um, I'm gonna be traveling with my husband and my baby. It's his first
Mm,
flight.
oh
We're
my
going to the East
goodness.
Coast, meeting some of my husband's family. So just really looking forward to it. I feel like a lot of people talk about how stressed they are. I don't know why I don't feel very stressed. I'm like, just pack a bunch of shit and be ready to carry it
Mhm,
everywhere and whatever comes. Hopefully my baby's pretty chill. So I think that's
mhm,
I need to say a prayer,
mhm.
knock on wood. I feel like I should not have said
I
this
say,
out loud.
listen, okay,
Okay. I'll come back
nephew,
and
please
report.
stay chill. Please
Yeah,
stay chill.
I think he'll be
Like,
fine. He normally is pretty chill, so I think it'll be good. Um, yeah. So anyways, I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to not being as hot. I looked at the weather and it was like highs were like in the 70s, lows were in the 60s. I said, "Oh, I'm
as you
gonna live
should.
my best life." And it's gonna be cold to me, so I'm
As
gonna
you
have a sweater
should.
on. Ooh, I can't wait. I'm super excited. Like sweater weather in July? Like having a great time. I'm so excited.
You're like, "Fall? Is that you?"
I know.
Like
4th of July came and went, like, it's time. So, I'm really excited. I'm excited to eat, I'm excited to see the people, I'm excited to see some water, like, actual
Mm,
water. Ooh,
mhm, mhm.
ooh,
I'm
super
excited
excited.
for you.
Thanks. Thanks, thanks, thanks. So, I think it'll be really fun. I'll come back and give a report of how it was. Hopefully, it's just a glow next time, like, "It went well." Traveling with the tiny human. So, I'm looking forward to it. That's my goal. Easy, easy peasy to the
Easy peasy, we like it. Okay, y'all, well, let's, like, shift on into our next segment, debug this, and today's topic is let me pull it up. Okay, so today's topic is about technoference. So, I know, right? It's like, what is this term? So, okay, so, like, have you ever, like, been talking to somebody and like you can see that they're like nodding along, right? But their like fingers are like on their phone. Like,
Yes, I don't
y'all,
like
she
that
just gave
shit.
the biggest eye roll. But yeah, okay, exactly, right?
And I don't like
Or
when I'm doing it
like,
either.
right? Like, yes.
Guilty.
Okay. So and I think sometimes, like, you can tell when somebody's doing it because 'cause they're like, they're not listening for real, but they'll give you like a, yeah, for sure," but it's not like, they're actually, like, engaged in the
Mhm,
conversation.
mhm, mhm,
So, I mean, you've clearly experienced it. I've definitely experienced it, and, like, it is
mhm,
something that's, like, super common. We've been on the receiving end. We've probably been the perpetrators at times. Like, it just
mhm,
kinda is what it is. But,
mhm,
like, I don't think the question is just like, are we using our phones too much, right? But I think it's more so of like, when we're using our phones and we're interacting, like, how is this impacting, like, how we love and how we, like, connect with people? So, we're focusing on 2 things, technoference, which is essentially when technology kind of interrupts, like, real life connection, and then we've got phubbing. Have you heard of phubbing? This is gonna end up in the
No.
dictionary, I bet. This is gonna end up in the dictionary at some
Phubbing?
point. Phubbing, mhm. All it is, it's you what do you call it when they take 2 words and they make it 1? It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying, but it's essentially phone
Joining
snubbing.
words together. It's
You
phone
know,
snubbing?
phone snubbing. So, basically, like, choosing your phone over the person in front of you. That's,
Mm,
like, rough definition of it. So, like, a lot of times, like, if I switch back to technoference, it's usually pretty subtle, or it's, or not, like, super obvious or disruptive in the moment, and so it kind of shows up as, like, scrolling when someone is talking or, mhm. Checking notifications, like, mid-conversation or, like, if someone's, like, opening up to you, you're, like, watching videos or, like,
I feel like you in every other episode that I have where this is, like, so triggering.
you are like
I hate all of it. I hate it all, and I hate when I have to do it. I'm like, "Oh, shit, I gotta look at this stupid
I
phone." Like,
know.
I hate being involved.
Yes,
Imma chill out.
yes. Or even I mean, it's a perfect example, the next one they were talking about is just, like, if you're, like, quickly replying to a message when it's
Mhm.
supposed to be, like, a quality time
Yeah.
situation, and so,
Yeah.
like, most of the time, right, these actions are, like, pretty small, they feel harmless, but if it keeps happening over time, it actually can create, like, emotional distance in relationships. So, when we're interacting, like, we want to feel like we are present. We want to feel like the person we are speaking to is present. And it's not just physical, we're sharing the same space. It's more so about like attention, right? And like attention is a form of emotional care and connection. And some of the impact that they were talking about for technoference is that when it happens, people don't often feel ignored because you're absent. They feel more ignored because you're physically present but mentally elsewhere.
Mhm.
Right? So like if you're trying to have like a heart to heart and somebody's like scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Reels, it's like, hello? Like I'm trying to I'm trying to vibe and like you're off somewhere else. So
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so question for you. When was the last, like, fully uninterrupted conversation you had? So no phones, no distraction, just, like, full presence and attention.
Oh, I actually feel like it happens quite often, even
Mhm,
today or,
mhm,
like, even over this
mhm,
weekend. Yeah, I think there are times where I'm with people that I left my phone upstairs, and or that person's not also on their device. We're just talking, so I feel like
mhm,
it actually
mhm.
happens enough for me.
I like that, enough, yeah. I feel like
Mhm.
same for me, like, I do try to be intentional when I am talking to folks. I also have to do that, for my job, which sometimes it can be tricky, especially if it's virtual.
'Yes, it is.
'Cause them notifications be popping up on my screen. I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
no, don't look."
Mhm.
But, yeah, I try to be very intentional when I'm, like, spending quality time with folks. But we also know, like, sometimes stuff happens, sometimes we scroll, it is what it is.
Mhm.
Um, but have you ever felt, like, emotionally, like, neglected because of someone's phone habit?
Girl, okay. Imma tell a story because there's, like, a few things coming to mind, but, like, I think this perfectly outlines, like, what I'm thinking about. 'Cause it happens with, like, casual people, right? Like, people at
Mhm,
work and colleagues and people that you're like, "Alright, well, I see what this is, cool, Imma keep it moving, like, I'm not gonna keep talking." But I was
mhm.
talking with someone, not gonna say who they were, but I was talking with someone, and we were, like, having a deep ass conversation, or so I thought.
Oh, no.
And I was doing, like, the active listening part. I'm like, "Mm, mhm,
Mhm.
mhm, mhm." And then I went to share, and they phone out immediately. I said, "Oh, this is not a two-way. This isn't for
Oh,
both. That
oh,
you
no.
just." I think I was
I
just
don't like
very,
that.
very, very taken aback,
Mhm,
to the point that I was like, "Oh," and I think this is such a, like, deeper conversation too, of, like,
mhm,
you can't even listen and pay attention to someone in real life because we're so used to the short form content and the being able to be stimulated so quickly that it's like you can't even engage in the present moment. I feel like so many
mhm,
people are just so used to constant distraction, and we're constantly telling ourselves and each other, like, "I can multitask, I can do it all," and it's like, "No, this thing is taking away from our connection." And so I think that's just, like, a
mhm,
very concrete example of how I was
mm,
like, "Oh, I'm now going to move differently in our conversations
yes.
because this is clearly a one-way street." You
Mhm,
know? So you just
mhm,
want me to listen. You actually don't wanna hear
mhm,
what I have to say at all.
mhm.
And, like, for me, it was just like, "Okay, noted.
Yeah,
Now we're gonna move
yeah.
on, and
That
I see where we lie."
yeah. That's so real because I mean, I've been in relationships where I feel like the other person is just so glued to their phone that it's
Mhm.
like, "Okay, cool, your phone is more important than me. Got it."
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
Mhm.
and that's, like, never a good feeling, right?
No.
To be like and
Absolutely
also,
not.
like, I'm not gonna compete with the phone for your attention, that's crazy to me. You know, like, so
For
we actually don't have to do
sure.
this,
For
like,
sure. And it's like,
it's
what are
not
you
that deep.
really doing on the phone? I think that's what it is too. Like, I know that they're like computers now. I know that they're smartphones. And it would not that it would be very different, but it would be different if it's like, I'm creating something or but it's mostly consuming, right? Like, I think that's
Mhm,
what we're often doing
mhm.
is like consuming whatever we're looking at, whatever we're reading, whatever we're listening to. We're not like
Mhm.
creating, we're not in this space of like developing and growing necessarily, oftentimes. And I know some people are blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah. I'm just talking about like the cycle that a lot of us get sucked into of
Mhm.
scrolling
Mhm.
and looking and getting that damn report that's like, you were on your phone however many hours a day this week. And you're like, damn, like, was I really? Ouch.
A shock every
When?
time. A shock every time because 'cause you're like, "What do you mean? It couldn't have been that long," you know?
Exactly. I was like, what? I'm pretty conscious, guys. For me lately, it's like, that 1 o'clock time when I was just holding the baby, waiting for him to go to sleep hard enough for me to put him down. You know, like, I'm, like,
Mhm.
reconciling with myself,
Mhm.
but, um, anyhow.
Yeah, yeah. I think, like, in the articles that I was reading about, Technoference, they were talking about how, like, it's, like, often linked to, like, more conflict within relationships, obviously, lower satisfaction, emotional disconnection, jealousy, like, all of these things that we, like, don't necessarily want to be showing up in our relationships, and it's caused because of technoference, because of phubbing, essentially.
I had to look at my definition
So
again. I was like, "What's
you said,
phubbing?"
"What's that?"
Phone
Yeah.
snubbing, choosing the phone over the person in front of you, for anybody else that forgot.
Exactly.
Mhm, mhm.
Because, like, it often feels like the phone is kind of like an uninvited, like, third presence into the
Mhm.
relationship, you know what I mean? And so, like,
Yes.
it makes it really difficult to, like, feel that connection if somebody is attention is constantly divided. So,
Mhm. And
and they were
also, it almost doesn't feel divided. It feels like, "No, your
Mhm.
attention's on that thing." Like,
Mhm.
I am the
Mhm.
inconvenience, actually,
Mm.
and I think that's
Mhm.
what's, like, the crazy part to me. Like, "Oh, you
Mhm.
really feel like you need to finish this 3-minute video," or whatever it is.
Mhm. Mhm. And really it's like what that's speaking to is this like narrative that like, "Oh, you don't listen to me.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't care," right? And
Mhm.
it's like your phone is more important. And
Mhm.
like that kind of like signifies like deeper feelings, like feeling unseen in your relationship, feeling
Mhm.
unimportant, feeling
Mhm.
like emotionally alone when you're together, which is like a major, major issue amongst like relationships. And it can be very difficult to like get out of that unless like habits are
Mhm.
changed, and sometimes people don't feel like their phone use is an issue, and so,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
or they're just not aware of, like, how often they're doing it, and so, like, it
Mhm.
can definitely cause a lot of, like, problems, so,
And you're talking
um
about relationships, and I think, like, romantic relationships, and I think it's all relationships, which
across
I
the
think you
board.
agree with, yeah. So
Mhm,
I'm putting
mhm,
that out there, like, friendships, families, and I think we always talk about this because we see it all the time, like, going out to
mhm.
dinner and everybody's on a thing, like, on their phone. It's just the wildest
It's
thing to me,
really
and it's like a
interesting to see
norm for a lot of
that.
folks. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, which is why I know, especially, like, I see this more probably with families. I think it happens in romantic relationships too, but, like, when people have, like, a rule, like, okay, at dinner, no phones, right?
Mhm.
Like, you gotta put your phone in the bin or whatever just to make sure that you are getting that time in. So there are ways to, like, make sure you're still staying connected and whatnot, but it has to be, like, super intentional, I think,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, actually, I'm actually glad you mentioned the friendships and family dynamics thing because like it is so normalized and that people like scroll when physically together. And I know sometimes people will be like, "Hey, look at this video." And it's like trying to connect, but it's not the same. It's not real attention. It's not active listening. It's not emotional presence. And so like it just can cause a lot of challenges. And even within like parent and child relationships, like your kid doesn't wanna feel like they have to compete with the phone for your attention because that can
Mhm.
actually also cause, like, trust issues and attachment issues and challenges with emotional development. Like, it has, like, a real impact, and so, not to say that, "Oh my gosh, you should never ever scroll," or "There's never a place for that," but it's just being a little bit more mindful about how often we're doing that because it can really make people feel, like, isolated and lonely. So
Mhm. I think another good I feel like I got stories. I never have a story.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Um,
look at you.
but it's
Okay.
like the fact that it's about this and I was
You're
having
like,
that
"It's
reaction is
sad."
like, this really grinds my gears, which is a crazy saying. Um, I was at this was years ago now, but I was at a training for play therapy and it was held by a woman who had her own private practice.
Mhm,
Where she did play therapy with the kiddos. And she started noticing that, like, for kids, being gone for an hour feels like a very long time, especially if so much seems to have happened within that hour and within that session. And so she'd bring the kids out to meet their parents in the lobby, and they'd be like really excited and ready to tell them about everything that happened. And their parents, many parents, she said, would literally not even look up and barely greet their child, would still be
mm,
on their phones and you would see the child be like, "Oh, okay, well, shit," like, shutting down
yeah,
essentially. So, you
mhm,
gotta be really careful with parents, and so she started,
mhm,
like, leaving a lot of literature, like flyers or, like, things to do when your kid returns, like, put away
mhm,
your
mhm,
phone, say hello to them, ask them how it went, which is just, like, a wild thing to even think that you have to spell out, but she was doing it and she started to see some more success. But just to your point of thinking about even in a parent-child relationship, it is really important to put up the phone. Like, you gotta
mhm,
put it up, you
mhm.
gotta hide it, you gotta have it out of the way, and like you just said, everybody has to text or take a call, like, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the,
Right.
like, sitting and scrolling in front of them, and
Mhm,
ignoring them
mhm.
for a long.
Yeah, yeah. And, like, I think, like, some other solutions we were talking about, like phone-free dinners or phone-free date nights or, like, even when you're in a conversation, like, putting your phone face down. Even
Mhm,
that can let somebody know that, like, you're present, you're, like, paying attention, or, like, if you know you're about to have, like, a deep conversation or if that's what your intention is, it's one,
mhm,
setting a clear, like, attention time, like,
mhm.
"Hey, this is about, like," I don't want any disruptions, like,
I
you know
like
what I
that.
mean? Like, I think even just, like, setting that expectation ahead of time, I think is really helpful,
Mhm.
especially during a more emotional talk because I could not imagine, like, bearing my soul and then someone's, like, scrolling, like, I would no one would be doing well. I wouldn't be, they wouldn't be, it would be a problem. So, I was like, "Let me not." Yeah, that's a major pet peeve of mine, like, I really like
I heard
I
this
don't like that.
recently. I'm like, how much I don't wanna, like, say who anybody is in any of these
Right,
situations. I'm not
right.
trying to throw anybody under the bus. But I heard this recently from someone, and he was talking about how, like, it was a lot of conversations about, like, relationships and communication and things like
Mhm,
that, and he was talking about how oftentimes and, like, what he was saying, men kind of withdraw and shut down in conversations,
mhm,
is the
mhm,
stereotype or whatever. And he was saying, like, for him, eventually his wife will start talking, and he'll literally pull out his phone, like, oh, he can't escape, so this is the way that he's going to. And what you just said made
mhm,
me think of that. He's like a real life example of like, well, Imma
mhm.
just pull out my phone because I'm actually done. I'm tapping out.
Sh Out. Like,
I don't think that's
okay.
happened to me. But yes.
Burns
Isn't
my
that crazy?
biscuits, really burns my biscuits.
That's your saying. I've never heard anybody else say that. And I was listening to another episode earlier today, and you said that, and I was like, "Hearing you say it now, that's Ariel's little tagline, burns my biscuits. Better not
Really
burn my
burns my
biscuits."
biscuits, man.
I love
Um,
it.
but, I mean, I think that, as much as we're saying, like, yes, we, wanna make sure we're being mindful, wanna reiterate that, like, using technology is not really the issue, right? It's just
Mm-mm.
more so about, like, intentional versus, like, automatic use. Because I do think with Technoference, it's more automatic, people really aren't thinking about it, it's just like, "Oh, my phone is always in my hand," or, like, whatever, you know? So, I do wanna talk about some ways to show some, like, healthy, like, tech and how you can kind of use that to connect. I know we've talked
Mhm.
about that before, but just like reminders. I think that if we want to use tech to stay connected to people, it really is like texting and staying connected throughout the day. Now, as someone who really struggles to respond to people's texts,
You
I'm
do.
put myself out there. I'm real, real bad at that.
And your
I'm
friends
trying to be
accept you and love
better.
you still.
They accept me anyway. Okay, that's real. That's real.
I was like, "It's
Because
okay. I
I
don't know if you actually have to change."
so hard. It's so hard for me because I feel like I can't. But yeah, texting throughout the day, FaceTime and calls. Like I'm much more of a call person. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a true millennial on the FaceTime, boy, and the voice notes, I'd be like, "Oh, this is so much work." I've gotten better at the FaceTiming lately. I like FaceTime with my grandpa so he can see the little one,
Uh
but,
huh.
like,
Uh huh.
he's been my exception to the rule. With the voice notes, I'm like, "What are you gonna say? Now I gotta,
Dude,
like, turn up the
it does
sound real
it does
loud."
increase
Like,
some anxiety because like why what are you saying to me and why is this so long? Why is this 43 seconds? What is happening? Right? Like what are you about to say right
because
now?
you can't be as succinct. Like, in a text message, I'm gonna, like, sort through a lot of thoughts to make sure I'm kinda getting to the point. But if I'm
Yes.
talking, you're gonna get a lot of bullshit. Like, you're gonna get a lot of filler. You might get a lot of type. There's gonna be a lot just going on because 'cause I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah, but it's a thing. People are doing it now, so,
Oh, a
I
ton.
guess.
Yeah,
Um,
to each his
what
own,
else did
like,
they mention? Oh, for to use tech to help create sustained connection, shared playlists and memes. Like, I do share a playlist with my siblings. It is really hilarious. Just the things that we post on the playlist because it's all just a plethora of genres. It's a
okay.
great time. It's a great time. But we'll be like,
Nice.
oh yeah, you would put this into the playlist, like stuff like that. So it is fun.
That's so
Um,
cute. I love that
you don't have
idea.
you don't have that with like
I
some
don't share a
folks, like a
playlist with
shared
a
playlist?
soul. No. I barely listen
Same.
to music by myself. Like, I there no. No, Ariel. But maybe, you're giving me an idea. That's kinda cool. I like it.
Oh, it's kinda cute. I mean,
Mhm.
I remember that's funny because even when I remember, like, when I came to visit and I was, like, playing my playlist and you're like, "Yeah, this is very much you."
Mhm.
Like,
100% it was. And I
we
was
should
like,
ch
"You
we
play the
should
music, this is gonna stress me out. I don't listen to music." Here. I was like, "Remember?" I was like, "I
I
can't."
was just cooking. I was like, "Dee, dee, dee," like,
I was
dancing
like,
around the kitchen,
"No." I woulda had on an
chopping
audiobook.
veggies.
Like, I can't.
Meanwhile, I'm like, "Mm, mm, mm, mm,
Like,
mm,
"What
mm."
podcast are we putting on?" Like, "Oh." It's like, "Yeah, if you wanna do music, well, I'm down. I cannot be the playlist holder." Like, this is too much pressure.
That's so funny. We should make a shared playlist so I can keep you abreast
Yeah.
of
I would
the
love that.
things.
I would
That's
love
fun.
it.
Yeah, those are a lot of the, suggestions that they had. I guess I have, like, just a couple discussion questions. We actually kind of touched on some of them, so,
Hmm.
like, look at us.
Oh,
But, okay. I mean, I feel like we know the answer to this, but could you survive a weekend completely offline?
oh, yeah, so what a joy. What a time.
I remember when you were talking about how, like, I don't know if you, like, I don't know, you, like, lost Wi-Fi or something happened, and you were like,
Having a great
like,
day. I had a great day. It's like, "Oh, I don't have to
"I'm
work."
unreachable?" Oh, amazing.
I had a great time. When it came back, I was like, "Aw, aw, no. Boo." Yeah, I'd have a great day. If I don't
Yeah.
actually have to get anything done, because I feel like you need the internet to actually get things done for work and stuff
Mhm,
now, but if it
mhm.
was just like just a day, whatever. It's also because my
Yeah,
house has terrible reception, so therefore it also means, like, I'm not getting text messages. I'm barely getting
yeah,
calls. So it's, like,
yeah,
truly a good day to be like, "Oh, wow. I'm gonna
yeah,
read
yeah.
and not be disrupted." Because you be on your with your book, and then all of
Mhm,
a sudden you're, like,
mhm.
picking up your phone. "I'm just gonna check this one thing," and then you've, like,
You
gone
just see.
shopping and texted somebody and had a phone call and just, like, what was I read a page. Like, that happens to me too.
It's so real, and honestly, yeah, that's actually another good example of technoference because it's not even because phubbing is really more so focused on, like, the relationship piece, like, that interaction, but, like, technoference is literally it could just be like
Mm.
okay, so this is one thing that, like, no thank you, is if we're like, "We're gonna watch this show. We're gonna watch this show together." And then you start scrolling on your phone, and then you have the audacity to ask me what happened? No, I won't. I'm not answering, and also don't ask me questions anymore. Like that that to me drives me nuts. And don't let it be a show that I'm like super, super into. Like, no, don't do that to me. So that's like another example of it. Like I know too, like a lot of folks, like there's a lot of research about folks who are neurodivergent and they double screen and like all of that. And yes, okay, yes. And don't do that with me. Thanks. Like, don't do it. Don't ask me. Or at least if you go and do it, just don't ask me questions. Don't.
Yeah, for sure. And in fact, I'm gonna take it to the next level. Like, if it is dim in this room, don't have your phone brightness at 100%. Don't do that.
That stuff better
Don't
be
kill
on
my
dark
vibe.
mode and low. Dark mode and low. Okay.
Same, boo.
Like,
Same. I told you, I created like an a special I created, I found and just used the steps, a special way to make it as low as possible on the iPhone, and I was like, "Where's my Samsung? Because why is this still so bright? I need to be,
why is it hard?
like,
Samsung
in
is
the
they
dark."
it
I
is low.
remember. I
Low.
remember. iPhone, I'm like, "What the hell? Why?" They're
They're like, you
just
need to
so
see.
behind. I miss a Android. I miss it so bad. It's
I
crazy how
appreciate
much I
you for
miss the
saying that to
Android.
the public because these iPhone users really be trying to play us. So
I am
that's all I
so
have to
over
say
it.
about
It
that.
is wild.
Mhm.
Moving on.
Mhm.
Yes, that is another thing. Like when you're just trying to live life and your phone is distracting you. Normally starts with a notification. Or I'll be like, "Oh, what time is it?" Look at my phone and I will be on my phone and be like, "What time is it? I didn't even look at the time." I hate when that happens. Get in my
That
own
for
way.
me, I do that with time or if it's like a weather thing, like or if I'm about to like I'm gonna go somewhere in an hour, let me check the weather. And next thing you know, I've been on TikTok for 30 minutes
Mhm.
laughing at like
Never saw the weather.
nonsense. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh, no, now it's too late." It's probably why I got rained on so many times last time.
That's funny.
Oh, you're just messing up.
Mm-mm.
Just I had one job and didn't do that.
It's just crazy, right? Like, that is a real that's why I was like, "Let me complain about the when it happens to me," but also, I know that I do it too
Mhm.
sometimes, and
Mm,
it's a lot of reflection of, like, "What's wrong with me?" Like and it's because the phones are the designed how they're designed for sure, but it's like, dang, I can't just, like, pick up and do this one thing, like, there's just so many distractions along the way.
Mhm,
It just makes it
mhm.
hard, and that's why people are
Yeah.
trying to go back to, like, the dumb phones and all that stuff too.
Yeah, like a little flip phone situation, like, not a
Yeah.
smartphone. I do know people
Mhm.
who have, like, made that transition. They're like, "Oh my gosh,
Nice.
it's amazing."
Right?
I don't know that I could get quite there yet, but, like, I
I still
love
need,
that
like,
for
a
them that it's
GPS.
worked.
There's still activities I am doing that I'm like,
Okay.
"This is nice on a phone," not
I
gonna lie.
do think I need the computer on the phone. So all I'm gonna do is just be mindful of how I'm using it and what's happening when I'm using it, you know?
Try my
So
best. But a weekend without it, what a time. Would you
oh,
be
that would be
fine?
so
How
nice.
how would you be?
I would be so I have a stipulation. I for 98% of the time, absolutely no problem at all. If I'm in an unfamiliar place though,
Oh,
no.
yeah, for sure.
Because I remember I went to a friend's like bachelorette party and we were in Denver. And I remember when we were, like, booking all the stuff, they were like we were, like, talking about Airbnbs and where we wanna be and all that, and they were like, "How would you feel about getting a cabin in the mountains?" And I was like, "Yes, excellent, great, loving this." And they're like, "But there's no service at all." And I was like, "No, that's not gonna work." Like,
This is like
nope.
every scary movie with
Nope,
Last
you're
House
not
on the
finna have
Left, all
me
that stuff.
in a cabin in the mountains
For
that
sure.
the closest person is 2 miles away, and I remember, like, when the place that we ended up at, we were, like, in the mountain, like, very, very
Mm,
crazy,
mhm.
but I was like, "Y'all not gonna have me in this white neighborhood with no service? I don't think so." Like, what do you think this
I was like,
is?
this is every white scenario that, like, a Black person watches, and they're like, "Hmm, that was a
Okay?
choice that I can't
Y'all not
participate."
gonna
So
get
I do
me?
need to call myself out, though, real quick, because my
Mhm.
husband might listen to this and be like, "Girl, you agreed too quick." Because I have been, like, one to be like, "Ooh, let's go on a trip and let's, like, go in the woods," and, like, I don't really wanna be around other people for real, but I'm not trying to be, like, miles and miles away from civilization either, and I do want to be able to call someone in case there's an emergency, like, I will say
Mhm.
that, I'm not trying to be crazy either, so the closest we've got is, like, you can see another house through the woods over there, like,
Okay.
that's it, but
Yeah,
so
because
just
'cause y'all
I'm
not gonna get
putting myself
me.
out there, but
Y'all
we
not
have
gonna get
not been,
and I
secluded.
believe. Don't let nothing weird happen, I'm out of there, okay? So,
That's logical.
this is why we need service sometimes. Sometimes we need it.
Mhm,
you know,
mhm. It's like that
anyhoodle. So
progression has
most of
already
the
been
time,
made.
totally fine. Like, if I was at home on my own, oh my gosh, bye-bye.
Mhm,
No one will hear from me. It'll be
mhm,
great.
mhm,
But, yeah, somewhere I don't know, that's
mhm.
not gonna work.
Yeah. Even if I'm, like, visiting someplace out of town, like, on vacation, I still want
Mhm.
it so I can, like, look up where I wanna eat and where to go and what time the train and the plane and the whatever, you know?
Mhm, mhm. I feel like the last time that I, like, was bopping around with no service for real like that was, when we went on that cruise because
That
we were
was
in the
awesome.
ocean.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh,
that was
well,
great.
I don't know." Like
Yeah. Even though now I've been doing this a lot, this hand motion, I don't know what this is today, it's like mannequin hand. Um, it's just weird. I feel like cruises are going awry, right? Like, there's, like I feel like
I
another
was like, "Were
cruise
we
in
on
the
the last
news.
good one? Were
I
we
think
on the
so.
last good one?"
I'm like, would I go on another? I would. I would go on another one. I always wanna go back to Alaska, but, like, that was
Mhm.
I feel like yeah, they're just in the news a lot lately.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
what's going on?
Mhm. Anywho, so yeah, that's technoference. That is phubbing and how
Mm,
it can impact how we interact with folks. So just,
mhm.
questions to ask yourself, like, if you do see a notification pop by your screen or something, it's can this wait? Am I
Yeah.
fully present? Or what message is my attention sending? Which I think is a really good question to like consider when you're talking to somebody.
What
So
message is my intention setting?
is my attention sending? So, like, if you're
Oh, yeah,
talking to
I got
somebody
you.
and you're scrolling, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Mhm, for sure. That's a great
yeah.
question. And
So,
is what I'm
yeah.
doing actually important? I think that's, like, the next thing I would add. Is what I'm doing
Mhm.
actually important? That's what I have to say to myself sometimes, like, "Girl, I know
No.
we're in,
Most
like,
of
an
the time it's
addiction
no,
cycle,
right?
so
Like
just put this away. Just close it and close it. Close it and throw it." Like, I'll be like, "It's over there. It's in the sheets. It's lost in the comforter, in a pillow."
right, and it's oftentimes my phone is in a coat somewhere or in a bag or something. That's why I don't be responding to people because it's literally not on my person a lot of the time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and then it's bittersweet because I have the watch, right? And so then it's like, "Oh, but then the watch is distracting." And then, though,
listen.
I'm like, "Thank God for the watch, though, because there have been times where I'm like, 'Where is my phone? I have no idea.'" So,
I do have to do find my phone off of my
yep, I'm, like,
watch. I don't know
walking
where
around
that
the
sucker
house like,
is.
"Where?" It's like, it's too far away." I'm like, "What?"
And of course it's on vibrate, so it's like, you know.
'Cause my husband's so kind. Every time I'll be like, "You want me to call it?" "No, I'm not gonna hear it. It's on vibrate. It's always on vibrate." This is We could try. Maybe we could hear some vibrates are like, "Shh," but the
Sometimes,
iPhone's
yeah.
vibrate is like,
Oh, is it quiet?
I just I gotta get out of here. I gotta leave the iPhone land. I just I gotta go.
Honey hoodle. So yeah, friends, that's where we're at. That was our debug this segment.
Liked it. It ruffled my
Yeah,
feathers a little.
yeah, it did. You were breathing real crazy in the beginning. You just really had to center yourself there.
That stuff gets me, boy. I be like, "What? This is disrespectful as hell." That's why. This is disrespectful.
Mhm.
That's what it feels like. It
Mhm.
is so wild. You just be looking at people because 'cause I'll notice too that, like, I'll be watching people, and if they just looked up, they'd be like, "Why is she looking at me like that?" Because 'Cause I'll be like, "I'm making a face. I'm not even hiding it,
Yes.
and you don't even know because you won't even look."
Or there'll be times when you're talking to somebody, you know they're not paying attention, so you say something super wild just to see if they catch it,
Mhm.
like and I
Mhm.
have done that to people, and sometimes they don't catch it, and I'd be like, "For real?" That's when then and again, boom, hence the crash out. So, like, if you didn't catch that, we have a problem, okay?
I think I have done that, and I get caught. I don't think I've gotten to the point of, like, having
Mhm.
to raise hell, but rightfully so for you.
Because
Why am I talking
what?
then? What are we here
Like,
for? What are we here for?
exactly. What are we here
I
for?
could
What
go
are
do
we
my own thing.
doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big pet peeve of mine, yikes.
This is, like, on topic, off topic, but thinking about communication and just, like, simplifying things a little bit, did you ever have a pen pal? I've been, like, wondering if people are still doing pen pals. Like, are people just for fun, are we pen paling?
I had one and it must have been, like, 1st or 2nd grade, I think, and it
Mhm.
was like a school thing,
Right, 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 right.
you know? Like, I
Yes.
what I'm imagining happened is that there are 2 teachers who were friends that lived in
Yeah.
different states, and they're
Yep.
like, "Cool, we're gonna do this thing." But I
Mhm.
feel like that was, like, probably the only time I've ever had a pen
Right?
pal, so,
Adult pen
yeah.
paling sounds fun. So, like, if anybody knows about it, but then because we're social workers and we know too much, I think that I'm like, "But what if they're creepy?" And so then I get too deep into that. Like, do I need a PO
Mhm.
box to be able to have a pet? So then
Mhm.
it just gets too crazy. But, like,
Not a P.O.
maybe
box. We gonna
I
keep it
got a
real
kid now.
anonymous
You
out
can
here,
come over
okay?
and, like, find me in my crib. Because you just never know. But I gotta give people a chance because people are also lovely, and it could just be a fun, good, clean time, so
I actually just read this book, like, not too long ago, but, one of the subplots in it is that, like, there's, like, a pen pal situation where, like, they're in I'm not gonna get all into anyways, they're in this classroom. They're in 2 separate groups that meet separate days, whatever. But somebody had wrote this, like, journal prompt, but it was written like a letter, and someone
Mm,
found that letter and then responded to it and, like, left it
mm,
there for them to find. And so that's kind of, like, how they were communicating back and forth, which
cute.
is, like, super duper cute. That
See,
was,
that's
like,
a
only
cute
part of it, but
instant.
it was very cute. It was very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? I don't have to be all doomsday.
Yeah.
It could be
The
cute.
book is a little doomsday, but it was
Well,
but
I
that part
tried
was cute.
Ariel.
If you
Damn.
guys wanna read it, it's actually super interesting. It's called The Measure, and basically what happens is, like, everybody in the world gets delivered a box, and, the people who open up the box find that there's, like, a string in there, and the strings are all different, lengths, and eventually they find out that the length of the string is essentially, like, your lifespan. And so it, like, gets super crazy because it's like for some people who have, like, super short strings, they're like, "Oh, snap, I'm gonna die." You don't know when you're gonna die, but you know it's gonna be soon. And that kind of changes how people act versus, like, folks who have longer strings, and that changes how people act. And then it turns into, like, societal issues and, like, "Oh, are our, like, world leaders if you have a short string, should you be a world leader?" Or, so it, like, turns into, like, a whole thing. It's super interesting.
That is really
It's called The
interesting.
Measure. I
Oh,
had a great
pleasure.
time. Would you wanna know? Would you open the box?
Oh, great question. My instinct is no, and I would not surprise myself if one day I was like, "F it, I'm opening it," like, at the same time, so I don't know. My instinct is like, "No, I wouldn't, I don't wanna know, blah, 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 blah." Um,
Mhm.
but I could see myself maybe just being like, "Ah, something got the best of me, my hormones, my postpartum." So one day I was just like, "I need to know," and then
Yeah, yeah.
opened the damn box. Would you open it?
Mm, I'd like to say no, but I don't know that that's true. I think maybe I would open the box.
Yeah, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably open it. But it's
Mm.
just interesting because then people are making whole decisions based on that. Like, if people in relationships, if one person had a long string and one person had a short string, like, are y'all breaking up? Maybe. Like, are you not? Like, it was so interesting. So,
Mm, mm.
highly recommend The Measure. I don't remember who it's by, but it was really good.
Love it. Little book recs. What book number
Little
are
book
you on?
rag. So, it's still good. It's still good, but we are behind. We are
'Cause you've been
behind.
living, you've been
'Cause I've
playing the
been
game,
outside.
you know what I'm
Okay, I've been
saying?
doing all the other things, and so I haven't been reading as much, but I am currently on book 44.
Okay, yeah, you're
So
not that
still
behind.
good,
Yeah.
but, like, it's July. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we're behind, but we're gonna try. The goal is 100. If we don't make it, we don't make it, and that's okay. So,
Get you a few,
whatever.
like, poem books or something, you know?
Yeah, like a quick little maybe a
You know?
novella. You know what I'm saying? A little,
I'm yeah. Little graphic novel in there, you know what I'm saying? That
you
counts.
know? Okay. So,
I'm so serious. I'm like,
anywho.
yeah, I think that's a great idea. Well, thank you, Ariel. What were these new
Yeah.
terms today? Technoference and phubbing.
Technoference and Phubbing. Mhm.
Technoference and phubbing. All right, I liked it. Ruffled my feathers, but also we got some good tips. So thank you,
Mhm.
ma'am. All right, let's shift into glow mode now. This is our space for wins, wisdom, and words that lift us up. What's a word, phrase, or affirmation that sets your intention for this week, Ariel?
I don't necessarily have, like, an affirmation or phrase, but I will say my intention, honestly, is to just keep doing what I'm doing because 'cause I'm having a good time. I've just really been enjoying summer and, like, being super active and being outside and all the things, and I just kinda wanna keep that energy because 'cause it's been really, really fun and, like, restorative, and I know, like, and I need to be able to hold on to these things when the weather gets rough in several months. So, yeah, I just wanna, like,
100%.
keep having a time because 'cause it's been a blast. So, yeah, that's my intention.
I love
What
it.
about yours?
Mine is just priority, I think. That's kind of just coming off a dome. 'Cause at first I was gonna say fun, but I think a little deeper than that is priority. Like I think I'm at a point right now in life of just like prioritizing
Mhm,
family. That feels very cliche thinking about where I am in life, but like F it, that's where I am and it's very genuine.
mhm,
So just prioritizing like family and enjoying the weekend and enjoying our little like family trip and
mhm.
that's it. Not really worrying about much else. Just thinking about my family.
I like it, I like it. It's such a cute family too. Y'all so cute.
Thanks. I'm
Super
really
cute.
biased. I agree. I'm super biased. I'm just obsessed, that's all.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, y'all. So, remember, you can tune in on YouTube and Spotify, and you can follow us on IG, TikTok, or email us at glitchandglowpod@gmail.com. We will see y'all in 2 weeks on Tuesday. And as we power down, remember, every glitch has a glow up. Bye, y'all.
Bye.